somewhere integrate later down the line into something you're doing.
Okay. You just made me more scared. Okay.
Did you hit record?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so we're in a truth session with a truth coach. How perfect. And Kat, you are...
Wait, hold on. Yes? Tell me. Sorry, hold on. You know what I'm going to do, though? I'm actually going to just in case, do it on here, too. Because it just gave me some kind of warning about my call recorder being out of date. So that's why I'm... Anyways, okay? We are in a truth session with a truth coach.
Yes, and what I feel, I'm a truth coach, and so are you. And so it's like we're all, in a sense, supporting each other in the spirit of truth, right? And bringing the fullness of whatever connection to truth, whatever vision, we have in relation to the truth. And so you are offering your heart and your vision and being a stand for truth. You're offering that to your audience, right? In the spirit of service. And so, obviously, the deeper you sink into truth, every depth of truth that you sink into, it automatically extends out and offers it to your audience. And also, like, as a demonstration, you know what I mean? A demonstration of truth, a demonstration of courage, perhaps, like right now in this moment. So I would say that on some level of consciousness, whether people say it or not, truth is, it's hardwired in our being, in our authentic being. And so in that way, you could say that we all want truth, just the same way we all want love. We might resist the hell out of it.
Yeah.
We might say we don't. We might be scared shitless of it, but it doesn't mean we don't want it.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say that whatever is in your subconscious, or whatever it is that you might feel some resistance to sharing with your audience, the irony is that's also the very thing that would help expand the capacity to liberate your audience. So in other words, the street language is like they want to hear it. Your audience not only is not going to be upset or bothered, they actually want to hear it. Your audience, because they're already synchronistically connected to you on a soul level.
Yeah.
So just to recap, you were talking about your courses and things that you're inspired to offer, and you said you feel like something's off, and then you went on to say that you feel like maybe I'm not saying everything. So how do you feel right now?
Like I want to cry. That's not really a feeling, but...
Sure it is.
Yeah, okay.
You're in your feeling. I don't need an appropriate word for it.
Yeah, exactly. I felt nauseous a minute ago when you said something. I don't know what point exactly, but I was feeling actually nauseous.
It's okay. What does your heart want to say that your mind has been afraid to say? But that you know that just is,
I want... I want people to know the truth about who they are, to see that and to know and to truly feel the love that they are. And to know that they are fucking God in human form. There's probably more there, but...
It's okay. Let it come out. this is your opportunity. If this were your last few moments and you're on this stage, just bearing your soul, whatever's in your heart to say, and you're like, I want to get it all out. Like, it doesn't have to be coherent words. It doesn't have to make sense. Like, just. What else do you want to say? And mind you, it doesn't have to be a message that you're imagining would be valuable to somebody else. The value of this message is just straight from your heart.
Yeah.
So you could speak directly about your own personal experience, and that would be the message.
Right.
And it feels personal to you. Like what I feel when you say there's more, it feels personal about your own experience. Even if it's about another or withholding what you would say to another, there's something personal about that would make you withhold it.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you'd be afraid or embarrassed or ashamed if people knew? Or that you think they couldn't handle? Anything like that?
There's something there. It's just I can feel it. Like my mind's just not letting me go there.
Well, get out of your mind. Just let it flow out. It doesn't have to be coherent. Just stream of consciousness. Let it free if you want to. That's the moment at hand.
You know, I've never done a stream of consciousness, and I can always feel my mind trying to make sense of it. I just don't even know how to let it go. Or just, yeah. Oh.
If it didn't have to make sense, speak from that place. It doesn't have to make sense. So the whole idea of trying to make sense of it is a great idea if it needed to make sense, but it doesn't have to make sense.
Right.
What are you so afraid of?
In this moment, I don't even know. Like, what am I even afraid of? I don't... Like, probably that it's not... It's actually not that powerful, what I have to say. Or not that impactful, or not that special.
What you have to say, or you?
Me. And I want to feel my power. I want to... I don't know, truly own my uniqueness. And then I feel bad for even wanting to be special, because isn't that ego to want to be special?
I wouldn't try to judge it right now, because that'll block the flow of it coming up
right.
to the surface.
Well, yeah. That's been my, I think, issue all my life, is not feeling special. And then deep down somewhere knowing that I am, and then being like, no, but no, you're not. And so it's like I haven't allowed myself to really fully feel myself in my full power and glory and this and my gifts and all of it. It's like it's all tied together.
Do you want to feel special?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just, yeah, I mean, just my uniqueness. Like, I want to truly experience it and fully live it.
What's coming up right now?
The amazing self-talk that I have. Well, how does that translate to the work that you're going to do in the world? You're going to help people feel special. Sounds so stupid.
Yeah. One, I wouldn't judge yourself, and two, you don't need to know how to translate it, because it already is. You know, your uniqueness in the translatable sense of sharing with the world is already translated as your being in it.
Mm.
I'm not saying you can't communicate from that point, but it's like when you're at that point, it's already translated.
Right. Yeah.
So what's unique about you?
You're asking the wrong person. I've been wanting everybody all my life to tell me. Nothing. Nothing that millions of other people aren't also.
I understand why you feel that way. And I would say that that's... I don't use the word impossible very often, but I think that's impossible, just by the laws of physics.
What, that millions of other people are it too?
Yeah. Nobody has the combination of your unique perspective and voice.
Yeah. I mean, okay, it's like, of course, that every person's unique, and you know what I mean? Like, there's not a copy of me, so I'm unique in that way, but it's like, what,
but
how am I unique? I'm like, well, okay, I'm just another person, just like everybody else, who has some wisdom, just like everybody else, who has some experiences to share, just like everybody else, so...
But that's not really the conversation, though.
It's not.
It's a conversation I'm in.
Yeah. Okay, wait. What conversation are we having then?
Well, that's not the conversation I'm in.
Okay.
That way. I mean, you said, yeah, I'm unique as a being, but, like, before you even got any progress on that thought, you said, but. I'm uniquely me, but.
Right.
Like, it's already diminishing it before it got any momentum.
Right. Right. So, your question was, what is unique about me? I don't know.
Can you feel it?
Yeah, I mean... When it comes to my essence or like my energy, yeah, I do feel that that's unique.
Do you feel it's valuable?
Yes.
Well, that's a pretty good starting place, Zach.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, right. And then I just automatically go into, but okay, stop it! Oh my God, she's going crazy. That's like, how does that...
How does that what?
Translate into anything. Okay, so sure, my essence or my energy is unique. And?
But I just thought you said it was valuable. And then now you're like, so what?
I mean, okay. Yes, I do. When I'm really fully embracing and radiating my essence, because I know that I can also stifle it myself. But when I am fully in that and I can feel myself when I am, yes, I do believe it's valuable, because I do believe that it has the power to uplift and inspire. And
so how do you have the power to uplift and inspire when you're not radiating your essence?
How?
Or do you believe that you do?
When I'm not radiating my essence?
Yes. I think that might be a breakthrough moment for you.
Is this a trick question?
Apparently it is. Not because I'm trying to trick you, but I could see why it's a trick question.
How do I have the power to uplift and inspire when I'm not radiating?
Radiating your essence. Or instead of how, you could start with, do you believe that you have the power to uplift and inspire when you're not radiating your essence?
No, not really.
I think you should look closer at that one. Really. Especially being an advocate for truth. Especially being a stand for truth. Especially. And I'm saying that passionately, not to project onto you. Feel free to disregard it. That's my feeling in this moment.
And I just got chills, okay? But I'm not, like, connecting it right now. But okay, so...
Here's the thing. Truth is not positive or negative. Neither is unconditional love. That's why it's so powerful. It's outside of positive and negative, wrong and right. So it has more space of inclusiveness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the inclusiveness of it is indicative of its power.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? So you're trying to separate part of yourself and say this part's valuable, this part's not really of any value, and that, in my opinion, my oracle hat on here, that, in my opinion, is one of the things that's stopping you.
Mm-hmm. Which is...
Because...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Even in this conversation, I would venture to say that in the last part of this conversation, as you're feeling the inability to feel your essence, you're feeling the inability to connect to your unique value, you're feeling I would venture to say that you would not put that in the category of embodying and radiating your essence. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, based on what you just said a few minutes ago, that you would not deem this conversation and this sharing to be valuable. But I want you to feel into that and tell me, does that feel true? That if this was being broadcast to your audience right now, that they would be like, oh my gosh, I've seen Cat radiate her essence and it's amazing and impactful to me, but this thing, no, there's no value in it. I want you to really feel if you feel that that's the truth. In reality, not in your mind. Like, do you feel that people would watch it and be like, wow, this is a waste of time. She's not in her essence. There's nothing impactful about it. There's nothing unique about it. But you know what's interesting is it's the truth. The truth is, in this conversation, and at times, you don't feel your essence. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You see the irony here? And if you have value in the truth, and your audience has value in the truth, because that's what you're a stand for, do you see how ironic that is if you're devaluing the truth?
Right. Yes.
You're saying the truth is valuable, but then you're unconsciously contradicting yourself by saying it's not valuable.
Right. And that's all what you also just shared about truth and unconditional love and not having positive or negative, and it's like all the things that I'm writing about in the book and what I talk about in the course. But I'm not full, yeah.
But see, here's the thing. It's this tiny shift. You're saying you're actually lying to yourself, or you're contradicting yourself, because you're saying, but I'm not fully living that. But I'm like, if you're in this conversation right now, and this is your stage, and that's why I told you to record it.
Yeah.
And this is your life right now, and you're in the moment to moment, going through this with me, in the truth of the moment. It's not positive or negative, it just is.
Right.
Then is that not you living your truth right now?
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you're going into your mind and into judgment when you're saying, but okay, Oren, that's great. That's you. But you're saying that's not unique, because what's unique is me embodying my essence. But I'm like, but if part of your essence and part of your message is truth, and you're going through this and you actually are embodying it.
Right. Yeah.
It's so simple, it's so close to you that it was elusive. It's so simple.
Right.
Like, you're creating an identity in your mind that actually contradicts the nature of what you're standing for.
Yes, hence why I said I feel off.
Right. But if you feel off and you embrace it because it's the truth, then guess what? That's also being on in a sense.
Right.
And when I say on, I even mean in terms of what you stand for, in terms of being a demonstration. You're actually on still.
Right.
Even when you feel off.
Right. Right.
So the people who are coming to you, who are seeking more truth and seeking to embrace that and have times that they feel off, right? And which amplifies their desire to feel on, which there's nothing wrong with feeling on and embodying your essence and radiating. That's amazing. But the interesting thing is that if this is your message, which it is, and it's something that you resonate with, the interesting thing is that if you yourself, as the leader's not a great word, but the teacher, of the course, cuts this category of your life out because it's not your message, when it actually is part of your message, then you're not able to inspire your audience to stop doing the same thing in their life, because they're doing the same thing.
Right. Right.
And that's why the thing that to your mind looks like it's not radiating and it's not powerful, unique, and valuable is actually part of. And yes, is it valuable if you're feeling completely on and radiating and embodied? Yeah, that's valuable too. But I'm saying, put them all into one category and your life will change. Because then you can't sit here and say to me, yeah, but, because what you're saying is me embodying my essence and radiating that is powerful, impactful, valuable, and unique, Oren. But when I'm not, that it's not powerful, it's not impactful, and it's not unique, but it is. The truth is always unique.
Yeah.
And it's powerful.
Yeah.
And because everybody wants it, it's valuable.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. I just wanted to ask a question that I don't... It's coming from that limited perspective again, but... So, how does that make me unique? Because I'm going to help people fully embody their truth?
Well, do you want to help people fully embody their truth? Because if you do, then automatically it's unique. Like, 1 second, I'm going to plug my computer.
I don't know that I have the power to do that.
But you're doing it right now. I'm not saying this is the totality of it, but this is the element. This is the element that you're trying to separate from it. I'm just saying you're doing it right now.
Right.
So the power to do, you don't know if you have the power to do what? What is it?
Help people align with their truth. Help.
Well, I tell you a little secret. If you're courageous enough, which you're doing right now in this call, if you're courageous enough to be with your own truth, then you immediately have the power to help someone else do it. Because you're not in the judgment.
Right.
You're in the embrace. And if you're in the embrace, you actually can see. That's all I'm doing with you. That's why I said it's like truth. It's like I have the power to help you do that.
Right.
Because I'm being in my truth.
Because you're Oren. You're O-Bug.
I'm O-Bug. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So you do have the power. If you're resisting truth, then it's not that you have no power; you just have less power, or you have less capability.
Right.
But that's okay. So what?
Right.
It doesn't mean that you have no capability. It doesn't mean that you have no value. It just means that you have less.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to offer who you are and where you are. You know, and so like I don't understand the question. Like, how do you have the power to do it? You do.
Mm-hmm.
If someone sat in front of you right now, and like, it's quite likely that you would be able to see and feel where they are in relation to their truth.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes. Now we're at another question point. So then, what's the real question? Because it's not how do I have the power to do it. Is it what is it? Are you afraid to do it, or do you even want to do it? Because if you want to do it, then that question gets off the table. Because you have the power to do it. Do you want to do it? Does that resonate with you? Does that feel true to you? That you want to be that in one form or another for your audience?
Yeah, I think when I think about like the form is what trips me up. When I just think about the actual that and take away the form, it's like, yes, that.
Okay.
Being that in one form or another and leaving that aside for now, because then that I'm like, whoa. Yeah.
And I have a question for you. Energetically, do you still feel at this point, having gone through, letting go of that separation, do you still feel at this point, energetically, that there's something that you're resisting saying, or there's something else to say? Because that's where we were a little while ago.
Oh, right.
Do you still feel that in your being? Or does it feel like the floodgates open?
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel like that, no. Like that, no. Feels...
Okay, good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That separation was causing the feeling.
Right.
Even if it was just a feeling in potential and not like a literal situation, like I'm afraid to say this, that separation will creates a divide inside you, which creates the sensation of like if it gets to a certain point where that separation happens, then that's the moment at which you would cut off saying something,
right?
Or because you would devalue it. So it was more of a sensation or of a potential that you were sensing in your being.
Yes,
that is not like the floodgates are open. So
right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if you're devaluing something on a subconscious level, then whenever it gets to that point of your conversation, or that level of depth of the conversation, because it's not valuable, you'll automatically throw it to the side. Which since it's to the side, is going to give you the feeling that you're not saying something.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Huh. Wait, can you say that again?
I said if you've devalued an aspect of your being in relation to, let's just say in relation to your brand and the value of truth, right?
Yes.
In all of its forms and how you're facilitating that and whatever.
Yes.
Then I'm saying if you're devaluing this part of your being that you're saying is not in the category of valuable truth.
Right.
Then if you ever get to a point in a course or over a period of time, or if you ever get to the point where that part of the conversation is trying to come through you,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it never reaches the surface, and you don't say it, it's going to have the feeling of feeling incomplete, or like you're hiding something. And the thing that you're hiding because you've already devalued it subconsciously.
Right. Okay.
Do you follow me?
Yes.
But since you valued it and you included it into the full spectrum of your uniqueness and your value, then you don't have that. You don't have it under lock and key now.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness. There was a whole lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and you showed up to go through that, and that in and of itself is one way to describe your value in this conversation, even in relation to what you're offering to the world. If you wanted to put a word on it, you'd put a word like maybe like courage, willingness, willingness to embrace truth, the courage to meet truth. Like that's immensely valuable to somebody who's feeling the same way.
Yeah. I just feel like so much peace now.
It's because you're not fighting yourself internally, separating yourself. That's why.
Right.
And that peace you feel is an indicator of what I was saying earlier, is that the people who are in truth attracted to you to receive, the benefit of this soul, they will feel at peace and they'll feel delighted by the very thing that before you were trying to separate. That is where your power is. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
That is your power. It's not your power. And so now you're receiving the being courageous and willing to step into the truth and to accept it. You just used truth to help shift you now into peace and into another state of being. And that in and of itself is powerful.
Yeah. Wow.
And as far as influence goes, which I use that word lightly, we're all influencing each other in different ways, the more you embrace in the full scope of who you are, generally speaking, the more influence you have. Why? Not because you're better than another person, smarter, but because all the people who want the same thing, who are afraid, you're influencing them just merely by the fact that you've released the judgment on that aspect of yourself and accepted it. So now they can feel what it feels like when it's included rather than when it's separated. So if you just literally increased the level of the amount of value you can offer to your audience. Not that you already give plenty of value, but you just increased your sphere of your influence, and you increased your value by integrating this aspect inside yourself. And in doing that, of course, you become more radiant. But hopefully, at this point, you don't take the positive feeling of the radiance now and be like, now I'm here, and that was that. They're both
right.
They're both the value.
Yes.
And that way, you don't polarize yourself and charge one and then oppose the other.
Right.
So you are radiating now because you're in that peace and that embodiment. Is this powerful, unique, and impactful too? Yes. It's not more powerful, unique, and impactful than a moment ago.
Wow.
It's just powerful. powerful, unique, and impactful in a different way.
Mm-hmm. This feels juicy.
And imagine that it feels juicy and you didn't figure out how, you didn't solve anything, you didn't crack the code, it's that you stopped resisting and stopped trying to do all that and just embraced and been moment to moment with the truth of your moment.
Right.
That's the power of truth.
Right. Exactly.
Which is part of the message.
Exactly. That's what's so crazy about it. You know that the stuff that I've been writing in the book, because I started writing this back in 2013, and all the major themes like were there. And it's like I've known, and it's like I've received these, like, I guess as you would call them, like a download, right? It's like I received this, like, whew, here it is. But like it's been this whole practice of actually like living this stuff.
But the thing is, yeah. First of all, I would say, like, there's a difference between understanding, believing, knowing, and living.
Yes, right.
And so, but I think that the main shift in this session was really how you're defining living it.
Right.
Because you were previously defining living it only to include living it to mean that you're living that non-resistant, radiant, effervescent state of being.
Right.
That's what you were calling living it, and you were basically unconsciously saying that this other category is not living it. But I'm like, but it is.
Yes. Wow.
And that was the undercurrent of tension inside you. So then when you go to do a course, you go, I'm doing a course about living it, then subconsciously you're going to stop the flow of progress of your own course, or you're going to limit how much it gets out there, because subconsciously you're trying to you hold this other part away that's actually part of the value of it,
right.
And so then you're accelerating your own course and simultaneously sabotaging it.
Right. Yes.
And if it's like 60% here, 40% here, then that's how much progress it'll make. Until you have the feeling of like, and then you're going to be excited about like. So now it won't slow down your course and your impact every single time you start feeling like I'm not radiating and embodying the essence of truth.
Right.
So essentially you could say we redefined the essence of what it means to live your truth. And that's a major shift for you.
Yeah. Wow. I'm going to need to listen to this again. I think I might share it.
Great.
Anyways, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think at some point it would be great for your audience to see, your courage and your willingness and your demonstration of, like, it's like guarantee you, just by the laws of attraction, we attract people that, all right, maybe sometimes at different levels of it, but they're going through similar things in their subconscious. Do you know what I mean? They're having similar conversations.
Yeah. I think it's easy to forget that sometimes, It's very easy to just think that it's just you, like you with your own shit going through, and you forget that, right. It's all very similar, just with different twists or flavors.
Right.
Powerful stuff.
Yes.
Have I told you lately that you're brilliant?
Thank you. I was like saying, no, you haven't. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Hmm. So.
Yeah, we're complete for now.
Okay. Like complete.
That was my gift to you. No,
Thank you.
Complete in this conversation. Yes. And I would say that since a lot has moved, we shouldn't try to like jump into like, okay, now what are we going to do with X, Y, Z?
Right,
you know?
right.
Let it, yeah. Just check in with me in whatever, a day or so, and see, just like let the transformation that just happened continue to move inside you, because it will naturally bring clarity, into form or in through the form, So I'm saying like your course and everything may stay exactly the same, but it's already different.
Right, right.
Because you're different.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that feels good. I'll check back in day 2.
Yeah.
When I feel it, yeah.
You feel how much more in your body you are and peaceful?
Yes. Yes. I can actually like feel like my cells vibrating.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Like I've had hand tingles and things before, but right now like I can like actually like feel it in my body. Wow.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. I wish you were here so I could give you a big squeezy hug.
Thank you.
Do you feel it?
I received that.
All right.
All right, my dear. Until we meet again.
Yes. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And I'm going to be...
have a beautiful sleep.
This is
Perhaps
fantastic.
You might have some powerful dreams.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I have to walk my dog really quick, but then as soon as that's done, let this all settle.
Yes.
And we will be in touch.
Yes. Ciao.
Ciao.